Hey guys, welcome back. Oh, we missed a week. It was tragic. I do miss being back in RimWorld, but here we are. We're back. Fleeb's here, watching television, which is just delightful. I'm glad you're taking a break, Fleeb, because you're very, very old and very, very fragile. So you should probably take a break every now and then. Now, what the heck was I doing 2 weeks ago? Apparently, I'm building this indoor growing area. I don't immediately remember what for. I'm pretty sure my plan was maybe heel root in here, maybe something else. Did I ever research what's it here? Devil Strand. Yeah, I did research Devil Strand. Okay, so my plan was probably Devil Strand and heel root. That seems like something I would do. Let's get that. Are you both? Yeah, you guys are basically done chopping the trees down at this point, so I'm going to get them started working on Devil Strand and heel root. Let's do a growing zone here, and here. Do I actually have anyone who can do Devil Strand? A minimum skill of 10. Apparently I do, because I'm not getting a flag saying I can't, so therefore I can. And let's get another growing zone, kind of right here-ish. There we go. And that can be for what's it? Oh, item stash quest, we're not going to do that. That can be for heel root. You guys throw some heel root in there. Bossross, welcome! The plan was stuff with the what's it and the thingamabob. Yeah, that sounds like exactly my plan. That sounds like something I do all the time. So yeah, heel root in here, Devil Strand in here. Devil Strand takes like 1,000,000 years to do, so that's going to be a while. The hay's coming along quite nicely. Did I ever start work on my Hall of the Dead that I always do? I didn't. I should do that. And I have a really good building for that right down here. I have basically a pre-made building ready to go. Slate wall. Okay, well, build a copy of that here and build a copy of that here. And then build me a door. I'm going to build my Hall of the Dead again. Doodly-doodly-doo. Structure. Door. Door. Thank you. Door. Excellent. Start getting to work on that. And then my original 3 colonists, I tend to build sarcophagi for them. So I'm going to do that. What have I got a lot of? Nothing really. Sandstone. Some slate. Oh, we really need to get some mining of anything at all at this point. God, we're in a terrible area. What's all this stuff? Granite. Really? Okay, yeah, get all of that. Just get everything. Get tons and tons of stuff. And where's my stone cutting thingamajig? The thing that makes the stone into the things that are different than stone. The heck did I put that? It's around here somewhere. I moved that. Did I move that? There it is. Found it. Stonecutter's table. Okay, are you making things? Yeah, you're actually making things. That's fine. Make lots more things, please. Make all the stone blocks that you can make so I can build sarcophagi at them. Hall of the Dead, a.k.a. Fleeb's future bedroom. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. See, here's what I tend to do in RimWorld. I build as ornate as is humanly possible sarcophagi for my 3 original colonists. And then any other human bodies just get dumped in here so they become rotting skeletons amongst the sarcophagi, and it basically looks like an Indiana Jones movie. That's my plan. So remind me, what do I have? I could do a slate sarcophagus. Let's do one of those. Slate sarcophagus right there. And what else did I have a lot of? I like them to look different. I have a sandstone one. Okay, well, start doing a sandstone sarcophagus. How much do I need for that? Yeah, that can go here. And do I have anything else a lot of? I actually do have a fair bit of gold. Paulsley, welcome! Welcome! Oh, Paulsley, how can you take time away to be watching me? You have Planet Zoo to be recording, sir. Tens of thousands of people are waiting for your Planet Zoo. But welcome. I am glad you're here. I'm glad you took a break from that to enjoy this nonsense in RimWorld. I could build a gold sarcophagus. I kind of want to just because I can. Because I've got, strangely, a fair bit of gold. Yeah, you know what? I don't have quite enough. I need 600 for that. All right, that's a lot of gold. I should totally not spend 600 gold on a coffin. Even if it was for Penge, Mech, or Stabby. That's rather silly. Oh, it's nap time. All right, let's speed through the night. Let's get something done around here. Charlotte, Harriet, they're all doing fine. Ambi the cat is doing fine. Vosseros the monkey has chosen to sleep with the other animals, which is unusual. That must mean somebody else is... Yeah, Wise Guy has taken the good bed. Okay, yeah, Wise Guy's in there. Fair enough. Speaking of beds, did we ever... No, we still have not moved the bed where I want it to be. Guys, you got to get something done around here. I got 11 people in this colony. Somebody can get something done, please. I just want you to move this good bed over to here, because I definitely had a plan for that 2 weeks ago, but I don't remember what it is now. I know... How much jade do I have? Not enough. Not enough. We need to go... Is there anything left in this area to mine? I mean, we've gotten tons of steel out of here, which is great. I should start bisecting this area. That would be a good idea. Let's start chopping this up and seeing if anything lives in here that we might want to grab. So start bisecting all of that, please. You can take all of this, and all of this, and all of this, and some more of that. There we go. Maybe you'll find something cool in there. Who knows? Oh, Wise Guy, eh? Vosseros, I didn't even know that Three Stooges was a thing in the British Isles, as it were. As it were. It is, in fact, the British Isles. I don't know why I said as it were. That's exactly what it is. I need to reorient. There we go. Okay, Stabby is beginning to build the Hall of the Dead. Super. Good job, Stabby. Farbrooks is out for a walk. Even better. Just because I happen to be noticing there's a ton of trees here, we don't have a ton of wood. Let's get some folks chopping those trees down, please. And how is the planting going in my new growing zone? Not at all. But Vosseros the monkey is coming in to check it out anyway. Neat. If Vosseros the monkey wanted to remember that he had hands and could haul some of that wood, that would be super. I prefer the shortcut rendition. Oh, it is indeed a thing. Okay. I don't really remember that from my years living in England, if the Three Stooges were a thing. I mean, I remember my dad loved them, and he was British, but he was kind of a goofball, and he loved all kinds of humor. That's why I was raised on Monty Python and basically knew how to do all Python sketches by heart by the time I was 9. Very valuable skill, I might add. But yeah, I remember my dad being into the Three Stooges, but he also spent time living in America, which was kind of a thing. I don't remember the British as a whole being into the Three Stooges, but apparently they are. It's a little... I was going to say it's a little lowbrow for the British, but then I remember things like Are You Being Served exist, so, we can't take that for granted. Johnny Five was a great programmer. You know what? I've never seen Short Circuit. I'm just going to put that out there right now. I have never seen that movie. I know of it. I am aware of it. I know the song. It was a big hit that year. Probably when I was about, 13, something like that. I don't even remember how old I was when that movie came out. 14? I don't know. I remember the song was a huge hit, but I've never seen the movie. Oh, Muffalo 2 has given birth. Oh, super. We've got a tiny Muffalo. I'd quite forgotten that we even owned Muffalos, if I'm honest. Who keeps having a major break risk? It's Redfoot. Redfoot, you remember when we euthanized Ignat last time? You could be next. What's your biggest deal? Yeah, drug addiction. Okay, your biggest deal is drugs. You're recreation deprived, but you're solving that right now by watching television. Yeah, that just went away. Okay, good. So now you're just at a minor break risk. How's the drug addiction going, Redfoot? Withdrawal 77%. All right, you are withdrawing. Harriet and Charlotte, welcome. We were just looking at you. Charlotte's right here. Harriet's right here. Farbrooks is over here. A nice little group, and they're all nice and healthy and eating hay and kibble and all sorts of neat stuff. Yes, and I know it's true, Vosseros. I've never seen Short Circuit. I am aware of it. I know that it exists. I've seen bits of it and little clips of it, and I understand the general theme of the movie. Never seen it. Not once. At no point have I sat down and watched that movie start to finish. I don't know. I just sort of didn't, really. I don't know if it would hold up today. I don't know if I want to watch it today. I probably wanted to watch it when I was about 13 when it came out, or somewhere around that age. Again, I grossly don't remember. Oh, we're still working on the Hall of the Dead. Excellent. It seems we've generated some more granite. Great. Build a granite sarcophagus, then. That would be perfect. Get me... not a golden one. Get me a granite sarcophagus here. And then the rest of this room is just going to be a dump site for dead bodies. It's going to be awesome. Would this be a bad time to mention Short Circuit has a sequel? No, I'm aware of that too. Only vaguely aware of that. That one kind of was one of them straight-to-video things. But yeah, I am aware that it had a sequel to it. Wait, oh, the Muffalo's eating. Okay, I thought the Muffalo was going where the Muffalo wasn't supposed to go, but no, the Muffalo is totally allowed to go there. Vosros the monkey appears to be chasing the new Muffalo. I think they're having a game of tag or something. Speaking of which, I should start training that Muffalo. Muffalo calf, that's what we want. Train you to do that. The Warpackas are trained. I should probably train Farbrooks as a Warpacka. Yeah, we should definitely do that. Apparently, Vosros the monkey can be drafted as a war monkey. Oh, I've got to do that, yeah. And I could do Muffalo 2 and 3, but I'm just not going to do that. Yeah, all right, so Vosros is going to be a war monkey, and we'll get Farbrooks in on the action. When the team goes out hunting, we're going to make sure that many of the animals follow up behind. Is anyone working on my stone blocks? No. No, they are not. Who's supposed to be doing that? Is that crafting? Make things at crafting spots and make stone blocks, yes. Yeah, actually, Engie should be doing that as her top priority. Where is Engie? What are you doing? Oh, you are cutting stone blocks. Okay, good. Yeah, you're on board with that. Great, good. You just have to walk a fair ways to get them. Do we not have a local dump site for those? Yeah, we do. Why did you go all the way down there when there are blocks right next door? And what the heck is Redfoot doing? What are you doing? You're, hauling a guy that we killed to a grave. You know what? Actually, probably don't worry about that because I'm about to make the Hall of the Dead, and you can put the dead bodies in there because it's funny and it looks like an Indiana Jones movie. So, yeah, don't worry so much about that. We're going to take care of the dead people very, very soon. Charlotte's in the Hall of the Dead. That's less than good. I should probably remove this as an okay for animals area, but boy, they chopped those trees down super quick. They were not playing with that. This would never happen if we had a RimWorld Stig. Well, we kind of do in Stabby. Stabby does get a lot of stuff done around here. But you're right, Stig is invaluable. Stig's the only man that I trust in the world. He's more than a brother to me, really. And frankly, he should be my manager because my tavern management butt is drunk all the time. Ooh, running a little low on the old food, aren't we? What is that? Nutrimine. Okay. Yeah, we could have more food in our world. Why don't we go... well, let's go kill all the alpacas who aren't going to fight back. Let's kill all of them. What is it now? It's spring. Okay, so we've got some time to get all of this done. That's going to grow rice at some point. That will grow potatoes. That will grow corn. That's all very, very good. Is anyone actually on doing that, as a living? A lot of people on 2 priority for that. That should be basically fine, I think. Ambi's out for a wander. Good job, Ambi. Yeah, nobody is doing plants right now. I think somebody needs to get a little more aggressive about growing things. You're going to be number 1. I can't make... Stabby's actually really, really good at growing plants. We finished gun turrets. Okay, what else could we do for a living? How about start on tree sowing, because I'd like to get to cocoa. Because then we can make chocolate, and that's just fun. Any excited for Return to Jurassic Park DLC for Jurassic World Evolution? I haven't checked in on that game in ages. It's a gorgeous game. It's absolutely beautiful. But I just don't think I put the time in to really get everything that should be gotten out of that game. I just have too many games to play. That's all there is. I have too many games and not enough time. Not enough time. Not even a little bit of enough time. Yeah, I would like to be playing 7 different games right now. If I could clone myself and somehow enjoy that, that's what I would be doing. I just don't have enough time. Stabby, working on the final sarcophagus. Excellent. Well, let's make this area a dumping zone solely for human bodies. No, like that. There we go. That is all going to be human bodies. So clear everything. You can have rotten, you can have fresh, and you can only have human-like corpses. That's what lives in there. You get a human, it's dead, throw them in there, please. And I should designate these for colonists. So this is going to be for Penge. This is going to be for Stabby, and the last one will be for Mech. There's a DLC for Raptor skins. One would be State of Decay. Yeah, I'm really enjoying that. I'm really enjoying State of Decay. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of exactly the sort of game that I like, in that it incorporates a lot of different things, so I can kind of head off in different directions and do different things if I want. I can follow the story, or I can just completely blow off the story and go randomly gathering things in town full of zombies, which is what I'm kind of doing right now. I have been encouraged by the game. Even the game is kind enough to say, effectively, hey, you don't need to actually run down the quest line. If you want, you can just go exploring. Feel free to go exploring. So I am. And it's a lot of fun. I am very much enjoying that. And it makes me even more looking forward to State of Decay 2. I hope it's going to be as good, just a little bit better would be ideal. Is anyone doing anything that I need them to be doing right now? Because my short answer is no. Oh, God, who is it now? It's Redfoot again with the major break risk. Yeah, it's always the drugs, isn't it? It's always the drugs with you, Redfoot. You know, we've killed one colonist, Redfoot. I'm okay with killing another one at this point. And Duck, what clothing do you have that is just terrible? Your pants. Okay. Well, we're kind of pants optional here, Duck. So if you want to not wear pants, I mean, really, we're all okay with that. You can just not wear pants if that works for you. But I will get you some new pants. Fair enough. There we go. Somebody make some pants when they get a chance, please. Wait until you find some of the zombie variants. Yeah, I've seen gameplay of that. I've seen some of the clips of the more horrific zombies, the larger, angrier, tougher ones, but haven't actually come across them yet. I will certainly look for that. And then, of course, there's Phoenix Point. I've got to take time out of my life to play Phoenix Point, because I've played enough of it today that I need to start a parallel game to kind of get better at it. It's not without its challenges. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect game. And we were just having this conversation in the Wee Hours Discord. Shameless self-promotion, link down below. So about, is Phoenix Point actually good or not? I say it's good. My opinion, because there's more than a few negative reviews out there about this. Bird Brains, welcome. We just built a sarcophagus for you, Bird Brains. This is your sarcophagus. Oh, when you die, I'm sorry, this is not your sarcophagus. This is Stabby's sarcophagus. Yours is gonna be right here. So we're building a Hall of the Dead, Bird Brains. And my Hall of the Dead that I do in RimWorld is always for my original 3 colonists. So they have a proper Indiana Jones style place to be buried. So that is going to be eventually your sarcophagus. Hopefully you live a very long life in RimWorld, Bird Brains. But in case you don't, that's where you're going to be interred. And then the rest of the room is a dump site for human corpses. So it's going to look totally Indiana Jones. It's going to be 3 sarcophagi and then a whole bunch of skeletons all around. It's going to be very, very cool. So my thing with Phoenix Point is I think possibly Phoenix Point was just overhyped. I think people had an unrealistically high expectation for Phoenix Point, and it hasn't lived up to that. You know, this was going to be, we're going to blow XCOM 2 out of the water. People are going to look at XCOM 2 and think it's a pile of garbage after they see Phoenix Point. That's not correct. Phoenix Point is a perfectly good game. I'm enjoying it. It's got a lot of great elements. It's got some things that need to be polished up. I'll tell you that. I would love to see some patches coming in the near future. But I think it's a perfectly good game. I think people just expected way too much out of this. It's never going to live up to its own hype. And there's some flaws in it. I think graphically it is not appropriate to 2019. I think the graphics are not up to the standards that one would expect today. XCOM 2's graphics, and XCOM 2 is obviously an older game, is already better than Phoenix Point. XCOM 2 looks better than Phoenix Point does now. And XCOM 2 was released a while ago. Character customization is garbage. And that is my biggest major complaint about Phoenix Point right now. The level of character customization and how it looks in terms of the colors. I don't know who put the colors together on the character customization screen, but I have a feeling they've never experienced color before. Possibly a dog did it, I don't know, where they just saw the world in black and white, because the colors are so garish and so awful. They're either horribly muted, where it's like, okay, the difference between red and green is not really much at all, or they're so horrifically neon that it's actually hard on the eyes to look at them. Character customization, not my thing. I can tell you, I will not really be character customizing my folks in Phoenix Point if I actually survive. I almost had a team wipe. But I won't be doing much customization because it's not worth it. It doesn't look good. There are some excellent points in it, though. The free aiming system is awesome. They have basically taken Fallout VATS and thrown it into XCOM, where you can target specific body parts, and that will have an impact. If you target someone's legs, you're going to cripple them, they won't move. Target someone's arms, they can't use their weapons. It's effectively VATS in a turn-based tactical XCOM style, and I really dig that. So there's good points, there's bad points, but I don't think Phoenix Point was ever going to live up to its own hype. Hang on, Vosros, for some point I have to approve that. Oh, probably because of freaking... Hey, Jules, welcome in, welcome. I'm glad you love Stabby. We just built Stabby a coffin. Is this one Stabby's? Yeah, this is Stabby's sarcophagus. So hopefully our original 3 colonists live a very long and fruitful life, but if in the fullness of time they pass away from this RimWorld existence, I have a suitable Indiana Jones place to bury them. I'll be full of skeletons by the time I'm done with it. Fleeb, you're getting a bite to eat. Everyone's pretty much getting a bite to eat. Did we ever get going on the whole hunting the animals thing, guys? Because, we're a little low on food. We could have more food. Oh, Penge is off shooting something. That's good. What are you shooting? Oh, the alpaca. And you got it. Good. Well done, Penge. Excellent. Excellent. Good points, bad points, and Phoenix points. I see what you did there. A stabophagus. I see where you're going with that. Where's my house? There it is. Okay, NG. You're just hanging out? You're relaxing socially. Is that really contributing to things, NG? Because you have jobs to do. You need to do things, like get those stone blocks made. You are working on it. We have more than we used to, but you're not exactly doing it at breakneck speed, are you? Fleeb, are you back to research? Yeah, pretty much, because it's the only thing you do. It's the only thing you should do. You're very, very old. And, oh, Red's playing chess. Okay. I should think about, because I have got a ton of steel right now. I have a lot of steel. I think it's time to start building the wall. The great wall that will live around our encampment here. Where do I want this to go from and to? It's a nice little built-in point right there. Let's put... Okay, this is going to be a long-term project, but we're going to start with a steel wall. Ooh, there. And that steel wall is going to come down to... I'm going to say... Wait, zoom in on me. I can't see what I'm doing down here. So go there and there. And then all of this will be filled with traps. Now, Penge, when he did RimWorld, he had, due to his comment section, he had his trap quarter going sort of in an S formation. I've never found a need for that. It seems to work just fine in a line and a much shorter line. I'm not ruling it out, but by the same token, I'm not going to, I'm just not going to do it like that. So security, let's start getting some traps going on here. Steel spike trap. Give me one there, one there, one there. Yeah, this will be plenty of traps. No problem with the amount of traps that we have here. And then let's build some doors so our colonists don't kill themselves when they come in to get the dead bodies out, because there's going to be a lot of dead bodies in here. Also, a really easy way to go hunting. Animals will just wander into here and get killed all the time. It really takes the sting out of hunting. Random fact with bird brains, during the Cold War, the Soviet government came up with a plan for MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving? Oh, Mutually Assured Destruction. Okay, not Mothers Against Drunk Driving, because I don't think the Soviet government needed a plan for that. It was probably not drinking and driving was the plan. Oh, the final sarcophagus is done. Good, excellent. That one is for Mech. Mech. There is your sarcophagus. Hall of the Dead, complete. Anyone want to haul the first dead body into here? Because I think we've got one kicking around. Oh, hey, there's a free animal over here. It's still fresh. Yeah, somebody go grab that. Penge. You're cloud watching. Don't cloud watch. Go haul that dough before it goes bad. Get that into storage, please. Fleeb is researching. Pyu's cooking. We do have a lot of meals. That part's good. Is anyone working on the pants issue? Again, I personally don't care if the colonists wear pants or not, but the colonists seem to care if we wear pants or not. Nothing blocking the wind turbines? No. I never built power conduits. That wind turbine is doing literally nothing. I mean, it's spinning, which is delightful, but it's not actually connected to anything. Let's get that to go this way, and then we'll start to link this up sort of this-a-ways and that-a-ways. There we go. What was my plan for this room? I don't remember. Possibly another bedroom. I don't know. But whatever it was, I should probably put some floors down in there. I really don't remember what I was doing 2 weeks ago. I don't remember what I was doing yesterday, but I definitely don't remember what I was doing in RimWorld 2 weeks ago. That's just asking way too much of me. Is anyone ever going to plant things here? You guys can't have that much queued up that you can't get some stuff done around here. All right, who else is good at growing things? Actually, Stabby's pretty good. Scion's not terrible. It's got to be somebody with at least 10 for the double strand. Yeah, Stabby's got a lot of other things that are priority 1. But what the heck? Go ahead and be priority 1 on planting, too. We've got to get this done at some point. They would have filled a cargo ship to the brim with nuclear warheads, equipped with sensors. If it detected a slight change in radiation or received a signal, it would detonate. What, the ship? A cargo ship? Would, okay. But, I mean, the cargo ship's going to be, I would assume, in a port or something somewhere. I mean, that's going to do a ton of damage. I don't think anyone's kidding themselves about that, but it's going to be very localized damage. It's not like it's going to blow up the country or something. Could probably blow up New York City. Huh. Hey, Hawk, welcome! Welcome, moin. Moin to you, sir. We're finishing the Hall of the Dead over here, if you're curious. So this is where all the bodies will be interred. Well, the nice bodies will go in the sarcophagus, and then everyone else will just get dumped in there. Working on the trap corridor. Okay, good. Where's the next part of the wall going to go? Probably up here. I'm going to say up here. You know what? I know they've got a ton of stuff to do, and they're not going to get any of this done in time. But let's just... Oh, I can't quite get the wall there, though. Alright, well, we'll spin it out this way. And then up this way. And then this way. Yeah, like that. Up here, a little bit. This is a lot of steel I'm using here. Up here, and then bring it over here. And then down here, and then I'll start trap corridor number 2. That will live right here. Cool. Okay. To be fair, did you see they play Pacific Rim? Yeah, I'm not great with boat warfare. No, not at all. We placed at sea, underestimate the power of a cargo ship filled with nukes. Yes, I likely do. I likely do underestimate that very much so. So yeah, no, I'm not great with naval warfare. I basically doomed the Pacific area to Japanese occupation. Basically, they're all Japanese now. Everybody who was alive in the Pacific during World War II is in fact now Japanese in my world. So that happened. But hey, lesson learned. Lesson learned. There it is. Okay, trap corridor. Back to that. What do I want here? Security, traps. Let's do that. No. Oh, right. Yeah, fine. That one, and that one, and then some doors. So, door. No surprise door. Guess what door? And hey, here's another door. Neat. That's going to take them ages to do. That's not going to be a quick process to get all of that done. But the Great Wall will begin. We're getting somewhere. I just want to make sure I don't block us out of anything. It's not like I couldn't deconstruct the wall later, but everybody get moving. Everybody do a thing, please. Major break risk. It's going to be Redfoot. It's always Redfoot. Redfoot, it's the drug addiction. That's what's making you wicked sad about life. That's what the problem is. It's the drugs, Redfoot. Get off the drugs, and you'd be a lot happier about things. Penge, what are you up to? Just for giggles, what are you doing? You're building the power conduit. Good. Oh, they finally moved that bed somewhere. Does everybody have a bed? I believe they do. I had a really good reason for moving this bed down here, but I'll be darned if I can remember what it is. Stabby, stop playing horseshoes and refuel the generators instead. Why did I want to move this bed? Was somebody really sad about their bed? Probably. Who's got needs that I need to be aware of? Do a decent dining room. Transhumanist frustrated. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do anything about that right now. My father, Ignat, died because I killed him. Jealous of Engi's bedroom. Scion, you have a problem with beds. So what if we made this Scion's bed? Would you be happier about that? Maybe. We'll find out. But that's your new bedroom now. Hopefully you like it. And is anyone, speaking of making things nicer around here, is anyone working on statues at all? No. No, we're not working on that at all. Well, make a large sculpture, and what are we making these out of these days? Stone blocks are fine. Steel not so much. Wood not so much. Make them out of stone blocks, please. I could... No, I'm not going to do a gold or silver one. That would be very, very silly. Speaking of Warfare, will you get the new Warhammer 2 DLC? Of course I will. Of course. Why would you even ask that, Hawk? Why would you even ask that? Although I have been taking kind of an extended break from Warhammer 2 just because I played the bejesus out of it. And I just needed a mental break. I actually did pick it up again last night and started a new Techless campaign, which I find Techless to be challenging just because his start area is fussy. But I've been doing better with this one. We've made some good inroads into Lustria. And I like Techless. He's kind of neat. So yeah, I will absolutely be all over that like a cheap suit. Especially because there's a free Legendary Lord coming with that too. So there's the paid DLC, and then they're throwing, as usual, because it's CA and I like the way they do business, they're throwing some free stuff in there on top of it. So a completely free Legendary Lord for the Bretonnians, who are not my favorite faction. You're way better at the Bretonnians than I am, Hawk. You have the patience for it. Bretonnians are basically all cavalry, and it's not that I don't like using cavalry, I just forget about them. So I send them off to do something. Cavalry, you really need to be actively using them. You need to be moving them around all the time. Otherwise, they just get stuck into a melee and they all get killed. So, long story short, yes, I will absolutely be getting that. What is that? Is that a new Dark Elf and a new... Oh, it's a new Skaven. I remember that, and I'm all about a new Skaven. Yeah, you go ahead and give me a new Skaven clan. I will be 100% okay with that. Is it nap time in RimWorld? Yeah, it's basically nap time in RimWorld. Okay, fast forward that, please. Redfoot is very sadly going to bed because you're hopped up on drugs, or at least you're trying to withdraw from drugs anyway. You have a terrible bedroom. Good. You should have a terrible bedroom. Scion, not Engie, Scion. How are you feeling about your bedroom now? Decent bedroom. You're still jealous of Engie's bedroom, though. Why does Engie have such a good bedroom? Okay, you're up there. Wow, actually, Engie does have an awesome bedroom. You're not wrong, Scion. That's a really good bedroom. Even got a statue in there. Neat. Cargo pods, what did we get? What is that, cloth? Oh, okay, yeah, cloth. That's cool. We'll have that. Eventually, somebody will get over there to get it. There's a sleeping turkey there. We should go murder it because turkeys are awful. Oh, uranium. Ooh, we should go get that. Let's get that mined out. Go get that when you get a chance. Anything else good in here that I haven't noticed before? Huh. Deathmaster Snitch. That's it. Yes. With the I win ability. I didn't really look at him. Look at the too much. All I needed to see was new DLC for Warhammer 2. I'm like, yep, fine. Here is my money. Here, please take my money. Because you know what? It's going to be good DLC and it'll be fairly priced. And it just adds even more replayability to the game. So I really don't question CA's DLC. You don't even need to give me a trailer or show me any gameplay. It's like, yeah, here's my money. Here's a few bucks for that. Take it. I will be more than happy with it. Some I've liked more than others, but I've enjoyed all of them. So, Penge, are you still building the spike traps? Okay. I was going to say we probably are going to need more steel, but we just mined out a ton of steel. Like, many tons of steel. Oh, we're finally planting the heal root. Good. About freaking time, guys. Lord, you guys take a long time to do anything. And there's 11 of you. And it's taking you forever to get this gun. Clan Ashen gets an ability to kill a faction every 100 turns. Any faction? Any faction. Like, I could just take the biggest faction, whatever, the elves, the dark elves, whatever it is, the empire, and just say, you're all dead. Any faction. Even if it's the number one faction. I can just go, yeah, Malekith, you're dead. That's... Okay, you know what? That's OP. I think CA is... They're... a lot of their stuff is very fairly balanced. A lot of their stuff is unfairly balanced. I think the bionic nuclear rats was a little OP. But I think just saying you are all dead now, that might top the list of OP. That might just hit the top of the list there. 20 ways to die in Occupy Mars and think that's so, Dave? Probably. Only 20? I'm sure I can find way more ways to die in Occupy Mars when it gets here. I'm quite confident I can find lots and lots of ways to die. Although, all of my RimWorld folks are still alive, except for the one I personally killed. And I did that deliberately. I meant to kill him. Ah, yes, we've started the Hall of the Dead. Excellent. We've moved one dead body. Cabber, Lulu, whatever you are. Digger, you're dead, and you're in the Hall of the Dead. Eventually, you'll be a skeleton, and it'll look kind of Indiana Jones-ish in there. It'll be fun. Random fact, with bird brains, everything said in Die Hard 2 about the Glock 17 is completely wrong. It's plastic, not porcelain. It's Austrian, not German. There are enough metal parts for it to be detected by X-rays, and it's a moderately priced gun. Yay! I don't know if I should be happy or sad that they canceled the active shooter drill at my place of work. I mean, it's nice that we don't feel we need that right now, but the reason they canceled it is so they can have an even bigger one. Bigger, better, brighter active shooter drill next year in the spring, where we're going to invite the fire department too, not just the police. If that ability is used, every single settlement of that faction turns to rebels. All legendary lords of the faction are dead. And for... Oh, not wounded, dead. Gotcha. Okay, I had to piece that together there. So, all right. Well, you've got a bunch of rebel armies, but that you can live with that. That's fine. I can cope with rebel armies. They're generally trash, unless you let them fester for too long, and then they can get pretty beefy. And they're just dead. So I can just auto kill Malekith. Not rebel armies. Okay. So settlement of that faction turns to rebels. Okay, then who lives? The cities themselves turn rebel immediately. So it becomes, I guess, sort of a micro-faction, is what I'm understanding from you. It would become like a mini micro-faction, one city, and you could just, like, go in and kill them. But it would be different from another city in that same original faction, if I'm understanding what you're saying, which I'm like 83% confident that I am, but I'm not 100% on that. There's 17% where I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, so one way or another, auto kill the biggest faction in town. That's not bad. And then go mop up, really. Just go mop up. Like if the Greenskin rebels conquer territory in the Greenskin territory. Got it. Okay. I want to see it in action, but it sounds like you just basically auto-kill the leader and then go mop up all the territory with all the rebels. That seems fairly straightforward. Especially if... I can think of... It would be less for me about which faction it is and more about geography. Because there are some factions that geographically are very tough nuts to crack. And the Greenskins are actually one of them because their territories are so spread out. It's very hard to take one city and support it and then go on to the next one. Anyway, I think I'd be more interested geographically. Like, I wouldn't care in Lustria, because Lustria is, fairly compact. You can generally get from one city to another within 2 moves, maybe. And often one. Often you can just skate right over to the next city. Like the middle of Lustria gets a little spread out, but largely it's compact. So's the north, actually, with the Dark Elves. But I'm thinking more like around the Empire, really around where the Dwarfs and the Greenskins start. that's an area that's tough to hold. I would love to just wipe out the leader and then go mop up slowly. Some people with early access have used that to kill 60 city dwarves. Yeah. So we're just one-shotting an entire... It's, let's call it what it is. It's basically genocide with the click of a button. Sounds like the Skaven. Actually, that sounds perfectly like a Skaven. That might be a little OP. They might have to dial that back. That seems a little excessive. I thought the rats having nuclear bombs was excessive. When the nuclear bombs came out, and you can really, if you place it well, you can take out 50 to 75% of an army in one shot. I thought that was OP. I thought that's ridiculous. And then you follow it up with, the other ranged units that they got with that DLC. It's a little crazy, but wiping out an entire faction just because you said so. You know what? More than anything, I'd actually like to know the story behind it, because there's always lore attached to it. It has to make sense. So how does this ability generate? Like, I get the bionic nuclear rats. They're developing nuclear weapons. That makes sense. I get it. And, but you can't just say, we magically make you disappear. I actually kind of want to know what the lore is. Oh, Ambi is pregnant. Our kitty is pregnant. Yay, we're going to have kittens. Oh my god, that's the most exciting thing since I stopped talking about the DLC. It doesn't even cost money. 20 food. 20 food. Well, at higher levels, 20 food is nothing. I mean, you can make up 20 food very, very quickly. Oh! Vosros died! Oh dear. Sorry. I missed the fact that a lynx was hunting Vosros. Oh dear. Sorry, Vosros, you're dead. Whoops. Where do we deal with this information? Where was Vosros? Sorry about that, Vosros. You've been apparently killed by a lynx. Oh dear. One moment. Can we find the body of Vosros somewhere? At all? No. No, Vosros, this one might be on you. You may have wandered a little far from home there. Yeah, sorry about that, Vosros. I didn't see you were getting killed. And now you're dead. Huh. Well, it is one less mouth to feed around here. I can't even figure out where you are. Where's the lynx? Okay, well, hang on. Where's the lynx? We can do this. Lynx is one of these two. Probably that one, I would imagine. But then where is the body of Vosros? Did you just eat it? Probably. Well, we've obviously got to kill the lynx. So everybody to action, please. Everybody to action. We've obviously got to have revenge. All lynxes will now die. No matter if this was the lynx responsible or not. It's going to be just like Jaws. We don't know what shark it did it, but we're just going to go kill all sharks. So, everybody, when you get out here, when you get a chance, no immediate hurry. Just take your time. Mech's coming out. The war packers are coming out. Excellent. Yeah, everybody just sort of be near the lynx. Penge is out here. Redfoot is slowly making it out here. Probably hopped up on the goofballs again. And, why don't we all just kill this lynx? Why don't we all just kill this lynx? Everybody kill it. Stabby's in. Yeah, Stabby's right in there. There we go. It's actually not dead, guys. Like 20 of you took a shot at that. And it's not dead. You're all terrible. Right, oh, no, anyone. Not Redfoot, you're awful, I hate you. You, no, don't rescue the lynx. Alright, draft you, come here. Just fire at the lynx. You know what, just melee attack. Punch the lynx. Punch the lynx until it's dead. And then I believe there was another lynx around here. Which is not okay. Now this lynx can be eaten, and we may also be eating Vosros at the same time. Depending on if Vosros lives in that lynx belly. And I mean lives, I mean is slowly being digested. Psychic Soothe, awesome. People will be less upset about all the killing we're doing right now. Where is, oh, sorry, Duck, you can be undrafted. Where is the other lynx, please? Over here. I also do not see the body of a monkey anywhere. So, just to be on the safe side, we're gonna kill you too. Everybody come over here now and kill this lynx. This is a revenge killing, largely. I'd love to know where Vosros' body is. Could possibly properly inter it, but I don't know how much I'm going to hunt for it. It might be inside a Lynx at this point. It probably is. Probably shouldn't work too hard on that. How long is it going to take people to get down here? Thank you. When you're ready, guys, go ahead and attack this guy and release all the animals. Set the war packas on them. There we go. Okay, Stabby, Payu, they're both in there. Wow, it's taken you guys a really long time to kill one animal. Alright, well, job done, though. Off you go. And we can grab that when somebody is ready. Lynx Revenge, not really. Actually, not really. Our revenge, really, on the Lynx. OMG! Apparently. Right, this ain't Twitch. No, it isn't Twitch. I should probably look at other streaming services. I should probably multiply stream to other things. If Streamlabs would just sort out its nonsense and stop trying to fix things that aren't broken, then I could. It's very easy to do that on Streamlabs, but they've broken so many things that used to work perfectly that I'm a little upset with them, which is why we're streaming this not through Streamlabs right now, because they've become very, very fussy. But yeah, I should probably... I wish I had more hours in the day. I really do. I would love more time to work on the channel. That would be my ideal. I would love to have more time to work on this. Because right now, with my work schedule, I'm basically good for getting a video out every day. And that's about it. That's about all I can handle right now. So I'd love more time to do this. Or I need to schedule better. I need to work smarter, not harder, is what they said. Streamlabs is like Pod in Carry On Cleo inventing a square wheel. Yeah, I think it's even going beyond that. It's more like a hexagonal wheel or a dodecahedron. It was working fine. I loved it. It was so intuitive and so easy to use. And now it's so not intuitive and so not easy to use anymore. How many hours per week do you have to work? That depends. I have a job that will more often than not require overtime. So I am, without going into details of what I do, because I'm trying to avoid bird brains tracking me down, basically. Now that I've switched jobs, I have a little bit more anonymity. My schedule is dependent on other people's schedules, without going into too many details. So ostensibly, I work full-time hours, which would be 40 hours a week for us Americans. However, some days that's 8 hours a day, some days that's 11 hours a day, and the problem is I really don't know. Some days I have to go in really early. Some days I have to stay really late. So it's been very hard for me to schedule work on the channel because I'm not ever 100% sure if I'm going to be home in the morning or if I'm getting home at night. So there's that, basically. I will find you. You may be able to delay me, but I will. Yeah, I'm just switching jobs to delay bird brains. I'm just throwing bird brains off the scent as best I can. I'm going to try to remain reasonably anonymous about what my current job is. But it is dependent on other people. So I don't just go in, do my thing, and go out. I have to... I'm going in and out when other people need something that they need from me. So there's that. Be very, very quiet. Bird Brains is hunting Dave's. Yes, and Bird Brains is frighteningly good at it too. So that's about all I say about what I do. But the schedule is ostensibly a normal, regular 40-hour-a-week full-time schedule, but I have yet to work 40 hours. I more often than not, well, every single time I've worked overtime. There's not been 1 week that I've not worked overtime because it's just the way it is. Sean Carter, welcome. Welcome back from Mars. I'm sure you're probably sick of hearing that, but welcome back. Good to see you. So that is that's been the adjustment that I've been going through recently. Like when I owned my own business, I scheduled myself. So it was much easier to work on the channel because I just say, okay, I'm not going to work at this time so I can work on the channel. And then after I sold the business, obviously basically unlimited time to work on the channel, which really spoiled me, if I'm honest. I got so complacent about, I've got all the time in the world to put a video together. And now we're into a lot of overtime and not really knowing on a day-to-day basis when I am going into work or when I'm getting out of work. I'm scrambling. I'm scrambling to just keep videos going daily. And this is not a complaint. I love my channel. I love everything that I do with it. It is, however, extremely time-consuming. I don't think that's a secret. Anyone who does this will tell you the same thing. It's just time. It's time there are no shortcuts to it. There's no shortcut way of doing this. My favorite shape is a tetracantacaidigon, 42 sides, you say. When would one have an opportunity to use a 42-sided thing? What would that be? Here, talk, they'll make Occupy Mars co-op. Granite accents. I can't get into the granite accents now. They are all about space engineers. They will talk about nothing else. And they've left me so far behind on space engineers that I can't even get in at this point. It's just ridiculous. I would just be flailing around, pressing buttons, and probably blowing stuff up, which I know realistically is what people are tuning in for me to do with the granite accents. I'm the guy who will go push the big red button and annoy Graham DeVell. But they're just fully in the tank for space engineers, and I can't even crack that door open. When I did the first couple of space engineers with them, at bare minimum, at least Dwarf Comic was also a noob at it. But no, he's obviously an expert at it now, as we all knew he was going to be. It's exactly his kind of game. So go watch them play space engineers. I'm really just kind of waiting for them to move on to something else, because I can't even crack that door open anymore. I would not. I just stand there. If I was doing space engineers with them, I just very patiently and quietly stand in the corner and try not to touch anything. Space engineer dog at this point. Cute but useless, yeah. Yeah, pretty much that. In fact, I don't even think they'd take me out on a walk for fear I'd break something. I already broke one spaceship the first time I was there. I don't even think they're going to let me do anything. I think they might build something around me so I don't do anything stupid. But yeah, they are all space engineers right now. I got nothing. Oh, that room was finally done with the floor. Did I have a plan for that? Was I going to do something with that? I could start working on another better bedroom for somebody. That's not the worst idea. In fact, Stabby, you probably deserve a better bedroom. At least a double bed. I think that's fair. Let me just move, just for right now. I'm going to move your bed over here. And, Scion, could you do that, immediately, please? Could you... Yeah, prioritize working on that bed. I just want you to move that bed over to the other side of the room so I can build a double bed there. It'll just be nice for Stabby, I think. She can stab things and then get a really, really good night's sleep afterwards. Solar flare. All right, well, that's basically fine. We have no power now. Super. Well done, everyone. And then we'll build a double bed there. What have I got a lot of that I could build? What is that? Oh, Psychite T. Okay. I've got quite a bit of granite. We could build a nice granite double bed. That sounds really cool looking and really uncomfortable to sleep on, but they'll love it. So, granite double bed right there, please, for Stabby. And then, oh, sorry, Stabby, you can actually have that bed back if you want. I don't know why you just declared it unowned. We'll see how it goes. Does anyone want to build that super quickly? No, I better redesignate this for Stabby, and that way Stabby has somewhere to sleep. The bed of Dwarf Kings, indeed. Big slab o' granite with some, I don't know, some cushions or a mattress on top of it. We'll see how much Stabby likes that, but I would like it. I mean, I'd like to look at it. I don't know if I'd necessarily want to sleep on it. It would have to have probably several mattresses, I'm going to say. Probably several mattresses. Bring me to research real quick. Oh, I'd need the Whoozy McWhatsitsy thing. Yeah, I'd need the multi-analyzer. Don't have that. Kind of want that. What do I do about that information? Because I can't... I mean, I can research it, and that's great. But I can't build it. I have one advanced component. That ain't gonna cut it. And did I... Oh, yeah, no, this thing is fueled fine. No, that's fine. Plenty of fuel in that. Duck, I noticed you're sleeping in the middle of the day. Is there a reason for that? One moment. Excuse me. Oh, Farbrooks and Charlotte are being all lovey-dovey. Oh, that's nice. We might have another alpaca on our hands soon. That'll be good. Speaking of which, where's Ambi? Ambi's a pregnant kitty. How pregnant are you? Middle stage pregnant. We're going to have kittens in the colony. Nasvi. Okay, Medi. That's easier to pronounce. Waiting for Crossroads in Sandbox Part 7. Probably tomorrow. So I've got Phoenix Point coming up later today, because I want to play a lot of Phoenix Point. And then Crossroads should be up tomorrow. I'm part of just kind of going back to how I'm learning to adapt to the new work schedule is I've taken to really power recording Friday morning. So trying to get as much recording done Friday morning as is humanly possible because I have Fridays off. And then trying to get enough done where I can basically just spend a little bit of time in the morning editing and uploading, and I guess staying ahead of the game is really what I'm trying to say here. God bless me. Oh, dear Lord, sir. It's not that exciting. I mean, I'm very much glad you're enjoying it. I really am. I'm glad everyone's enjoying Crossroads Inn because I'm just kind of flailing around. I'm just sort of doing things and hoping for the best. I do very much enjoy the game. I enjoy lots of games. That happens to be one of them. But I'm really glad you're enjoying that. That's cool. So yeah, there should be another one up tomorrow. And then I'll probably do a little bit more recording tomorrow morning. I'd like to get like a week's worth of stuff, not uploaded, but at least ready to be edited and uploaded as I need to. And then hopefully try and stay a week. Nobody needs to know this. Nobody needs to know this at all. This is all useless information to all of you. But again, it's just adapting to my new work schedule and trying to bulk record and then pick away at the editing as time goes by. So far, so good. What really threw me off was Thanksgiving weekend, last weekend. My wife has quite a large extended family, and we had a big 3 to 4 day Thanksgiving thing going on. So hence me not streaming last weekend. We were really all tied up with family stuff. It was just not going to happen. And that also really set me back on recording. That was grim. That's why I was up until like 2 in the morning recording the other night when Phoenix Point came out, because I had no other time to do it. And I was very, very tired the next day. But I'm kind of used to that. That's kind of my thing, to be honest. What's going on in the old colony? I see finally all of the Devil Strand has been planted. Stabby's working on the heel route. How are we doing on the Great Wall? It's coming along slowly, very, very slowly, but it's getting there. We're getting one of the trap corridors done. That's good, and then I'll keep working on other parts of the wall. But I'd like to get all the stuff planted before it's completely irrelevant and it's the end of the year and it's going to be winter. Seems like they've got most of this done. My goodness, we've got a lot of hay. No need to make kibble. We've got plenty of hay. Not being in America, I feel like Thanksgiving is a dry run for Christmas. No, it's a very wet, alcohol-soaked run, actually. I kid. But yeah, it's basically Christmas without the presents is really what it boils down to. It's Christmas without the gifts. But basically the same thing. Get a bunch of family together, have a huge meal, and generally try to enjoy each other's company. It's just, hey Jake, how you doing? Good to see you, sir. Yeah, Thanksgiving is basically Christmas without the presents. That's how we do it over here, and we all try to tolerate each other's company. And as I say, in my wife's family's case, they have a large family, and anytime there's a major event like this, there tends to be a large number of people here who come in from all over the country, and we deal with that. We don't just have Thanksgiving on one day. Thanksgiving for us this year was like Wednesday through Sunday. So it's kind of a big deal. Thankfully, because it is a lot. I love my wife's family. It's possible I enjoy them more than my own family. It's actually very true. That's an accurate statement. I really prefer my wife's family to my own family. But that being said, this Christmas will be a lot more toned down. It's just going to be very kind of casual Christmas. It's not going to be a week-long event or something like that. Because I kind of tone it down a little bit and let's all just chill out a little bit. So looking forward to that. Although I'm kind of working the days around Christmas. So I theoretically have Christmas off. I asked for it off. I worked Thanksgiving, so I would like to have Christmas off. But I'm working the days around it, so it's not going to be that relaxing. I basically have Christmas off and nothing else. So, that. Penge, what are you up to? You are eating. That's fine. How are we doing on food, guys? Not seeing a heck of a lot of it. Not really a ton of food in the old larder here. Let's go shoot something until we have more food. How's that grizzly bear doing? Oh, that grizzly bear is very, very, very vulnerable. Penge, get over here and kill it. That will be a lot of meat. Yeah, what killed the grizzly bear? What wounded it that badly? Maybe the mega sloth. That'll do some damage. And then while we're all out and about, why don't we kill some other things too? Yeah, go kill the turkey, because turkeys are pure evil. So definitely get that off the landscape. And Penge, where did you go? You're sort of this a ways, right? How far away are you? Yeah, go ahead and no, don't melee attack. Just kill it. Just fire at the grizzly bear until it's less of a grizzly bear. There we go. Then when you're done, haul it back to the house. That's some good eating right there. And it's going to be plenty of good eating. Anytime now, Penge. And anytime. Oh, Charlotte came out. Cool. Charlotte's just casually observing the shooting. Should we release the Warpaca on the... No, that's a waste of the Warpaca. You don't bring a Warpaca out to a wounded animal. That's just a waste of time. Although, Penge is being blissfully slow about killing the bear. Not going to lie about that. Charlotte, don't walk in the path of fire there. Get yourself in... Stop walking in the path of fire. You are literally standing in front of a gun that is firing all the time. Have I played Internet Cafe? I haven't. I looked at it. I believe I still have it on my wish list, because I always look at anything that says such and such simulator, I immediately check it out, because I like simulator games. I like, do a job as a game. I find those weirdly fun. Thief Simulator was great. That was way more fun than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be a rather silly little game. It's actually quite fun. So I looked at Internet Cafe Simulator. The reviews are less than good. In fact, they're broadly terrible. I think either that game needs to get polished up a lot, and I'm basing this on no gameplay. I haven't played it. I'm only looking at the reviews. But the reviews are pretty much down the line, this thing ain't so hot. So either they're going to polish it up, or, obviously this could just be one of those games that gets abandoned, and we'll never hear from it again. Internet Cafe Simulator, not family friendly. Good to know. Good tip. Thank you. There's another reason to tank it right there. Although, thanks to the liberation of COPPA, we are not a kids channel. We are not a kids channel. Bird Brains, you gotta go already? All right. Well, good luck hunting me down. You've probably, you're saying you have to go. I'm sure you're probably taking the information you've gained this evening and are, working with your big chart to plot my location based on new evidence. So good luck with that. I will try to remain anonymous. You can be undrafted, but you can also haul that bear. Oh, the bear is forbidden. No, the bear is not forbidden anymore. You can totally have the bear. Yeah, go haul the bear. Thank you. So not family friendly on Internet Cafe Simulator. Yeah, the reviews are not great on that one. I love simulator games, but they do just kind of crank them out like a production line. There's some really, really fun ones that look good coming down the road, but who knows, it could just be sort of I almost want to call it shovelware, where they're just copying and pasting assets and calling it a new game. Or is it going to be really, really awesome? I don't know. Is it going to be another Thief Simulator that actually surprises me with how fun it is? We'll see. But yeah, my short answer on Internet Cafe Simulator is looked at it, probably not going down that road. We'll see, especially after being told it's not family friendly. So thank you for that. That's actually a really good tip. I did not know that information. We are technically liberated by COPPA. We are not a kids channel, not marketing to children, but I do still keep this channel family friendly in terms of language, and there's some content in some games that is unavoidably more adult themed, but I'm not going to do something that has rampant things in that category. So a little bit here and there I can work around, especially with language, text-based stuff. What was it? Encased had a lot of very, very strong language, but I don't have to read it out loud. I can work around that. But if something is going to be visually not family-friendly, we all know what we're talking about here. We're all, going back to the no pants issue that we have in the colony here, we all know what we're talking about. That I probably would not let through. And it's It's just me. It's just the channel I want to run. It's the people I watch. It's the people I started watching when I started watching gaming videos. They ran their channel, like 98% clean. I can think of 2 occasions where I've heard Many a True Nerd swear on any of his produced videos. Now, I check that, and I'm dialing that statement back because when he streams, he's got a mouth on him like a sailor. It's actually not attractive. It's one of the things that I don't watch him stream because he just turns off all of his little mental filters on language, and it's actually kind of off-putting. It's just not what I want to hear. It's not what I want to hear. So I think it's... Anyway, we've talked about strong language before. I think it's a crutch. I think there's better ways of using language than that. But anyway, long story short, but on his produced videos, I can think of it exactly 2 times. One of them is one of the funniest things I've ever seen on a YouTube video, so I'm totally fine with it. Thankfully, Crossroads Inn has ye old censor option for steak of negotiable infection. Good. Yeah, we'll probably look at that. We may or may not. I don't know. I'll get a feel for exactly how family unfriendly Crossroads Inn will be when we get there. It's the only non-family stuff like that is only non-family friendly in the USA. I know no one cares in Europe. I absolutely know that. We are weirdly still very puritanical in terms of some things, and yet we're completely off the charts in other things. So, I mean, we could have... And we do. You know this, Hawk. We get off on weird tangents of discussions here about, life in the U.S. versus life in Europe. But we have real problems with language, swearing, that kind of thing. Although I will say this, Hawk, we've loosened up. There are words that are certainly curse words, certainly swear words that are totally fine on TV now that were not fine 5 to 10 years ago. Some of the more common curse words that we're all familiar with. But those are making it onto TV. So we're really not okay with swearing, but we're totally okay with selling, like, our 12-year-old daughter something that a stripper would look at and go, whoa, that is way too revealing. We are weird, Hawk. We're just a weird bunch of people. We really are. We don't want any strong language, and we want everyone to have family values, but we also over-sexualize everything. It's a weird place. Oh, there's Vosseros. I found our dead monkey. There's a phrase I never thought I'd say. Yes, Vosseros, and I'm talking to the real Vosseros on chat, we're going to eat you. I want you to be clear about that. We're going to eat you. Because you're food. And you have no other function at this point, apart from being mildly decorative in the terms that there's a dead monkey out by the garden, which has a decorative quality. A decorative quality. Hey, Bobcat, welcome. What's all this about strippers? We were saying that America's weird in that we have real problems with swear words, but we have no problem selling a 12-year-old girl an outfit that would make a stripper blush, basically. We're just a weird country in terms of censorship and what we think is okay and what we think is not okay. Europeans have kind of crossed a lot of those boundaries, but not so much us. We still have a lot of puritanical thoughts in our head, and yet at the same time, we're completely off the charts on some other issues. So yeah, Vosseros, again, real Vosseros in chat, we are absolutely going to eat you. And we're actually doing it now. We're butchering you. Red is butchering Vosseros. Yeah, there we go. Blood everywhere. Can't be that much blood. He was a very tiny monkey. It's always confused me letting 5-year-olds watch horror films, but losing your mind if there's any nudity. Yeah, right? Or vice versa. Again, selling children clothing that is just... It's age inappropriate is what it is. It's age inappropriate. And I'm not saying that, there is some... I'm not a parent. I'm not saying there's some sort of defined age where it's okay to do a thing or not do a thing. I'm just saying let kids be kids. That's all I'm saying. Let a child be a child and maybe don't, rocket them into adulthood. And yeah, but we're totally fine with them seeing horror movies and all that kind of stuff. Over-sexualization isn't even the bad thing considering that no one cares about nudity here in Germany. The real crazy stuff, the USA, totally fine with guns and violence. That's because we've talked about this. We've gone over this in chat before. We're a very young country, Hawk. We're not good at it yet. We're a very, very, very young country. Really, I mean, sure, the country itself is what, about 400 plus years old, if you're talking about when the Pilgrims landed. I mean, country had been going on long before that, but we just came along and said, yeah, this belongs to us now. So bye. Especially very timely, considering we're talking about Thanksgiving recently. So yeah, we just sort of came over here about 400 years ago and said, yeah, we'll have this. Thank you. This is a lovely country. Sorry you guys were all living on it before we got here, but this is ours now. But we're a very new country. And we were obviously, and you have corrected me in this. You know, I always say America was founded on violent revolution. And you reminded me, which is perfectly accurate, that many countries were founded on violent revolution. But for us, we were founded on violent revolution rather recently. In the terms of the history of the world, rather recently. Only about, 250 years ago? Not quite 250 years. Let's see, the bicentennial was in 1977. Okay, so about 250 years. 250 years ago, we had a violent coup, and we've never really gotten off the gun thing. Maybe if you give us 200, 300, 400 more years, we might be a little less about the guns. And let's take it a step further, Hawk. Not only did we found our country on violent revolution, but we created our country through violence. We progressed west and shot everything that we saw until we got to California and said, yeah, good enough. I see that Hawaii thing over there. We'll grab that eventually, but right now California is good enough. We started in the east, we marched west and killed everything that was in our path. And we created our country out of that. So yeah, we're a little gun happy. We're very, very keen on our guns. We love our guns. You will not take our guns away from us. In fact, we'd like more guns. We'd like more guns. The current plan is everyone should have a gun. Because if everyone has a gun, then we can shoot the bad guys with the guns with good guys with guns. It's completely insane, Hawk. I live in an insane asylum. I need you to understand that. I don't know what benefit I have. Maybe, we struck uranium. Hang on, RimWorld's happening. Come here. Come here. I would like to know about that. Oh, we're doing something else. I'm going to come back to that in a second, Hawk. Bear with me 1 second while I just briefly play RimWorld. I know, it's unusual, but I'm going to learn how chocolate works. There we go. So I don't know if it's the benefit of spending some time living in England, spending several years being British, having an appreciation for European culture as a whole, having an appreciation for European history, knowing that you guys have been doing this a lot longer than we have, or maybe it's just being vaguely sensible as a human being. But I need you to understand, Hawk, I live in an insane asylum where the answer to guns is more guns. That's our answer. More guns, not less. God help you, sir. God help you if you ever suggest that we maybe don't need quite as many guns around the place. God help you if you say that. You'll probably get shot, truth be told. Are we all clear? We've talked about this earlier today. There are active shooter drills at my work. I have to have emergency drills for what to do when, not if, when an active shooter comes into my place of work and tries to kill all of us. That's a real thing that happens. We've moved past fire drills. Fire drills? Who cares about fire drills? Everybody knows what to do when there's a fire. Put it out or leave. It's really just that simple. But now I need to know what to do in my place of work when the guy with the gun comes in and tries to kill me. I live in an insane asylum, Hawk. All right? It's lunacy, but it's where I live. And underneath it all, Hawk, underneath it all, because I know you and I have that weird buddy cop relationship. It's one of the reasons I like you so much, and I really genuinely mean that. You and I love to debate and love to have conversation, and you're very smart and very sharp and very intelligent. And what I'm about to say next will probably really annoy you. But underneath the insanity, Hawk, I genuinely believe this is still the best country in the world to live in. I do. And I'm going to tell you why, because there's a part of me that still very much believes in the American dream. That somebody can show up on the shores of America with $1 and a good idea, and they can make it if they put in the work. I still believe that. If it's true, I don't know, but I do believe it, and I lived it. I started a business with nothing. A beat-up truck and a couple of tools, basically $1, and I built that business up because I was willing to put in the work, and the country that I live in allowed me to do it. It gave me the freedom to do it. Is it perfect? Oh, God, no, man. It's an insane asylum. but I do still genuinely believe that this is I can tell you this, it's the best place for me to live. How about that? It's the best place for me to live. I just went off on an insane rant, and I need to get caught up on chat. Lynn would like to ban my little girl's Jasmine costume. Fun fact, Lynn, I went as Princess Jasmine for Halloween 2 years ago. It was a great costume. My mother-in-law made it. Not possibly as revealing as the girl's Jasmine costume there, because I was working in a restaurant and I had to be less revealing. But yeah, I went as Princess Jasmine 2 years ago. It was the star of the show, let me assure you. We were founded based on 3 wars. Yeah, no, Hawk, I understand basically every country on the planet was founded through violent revolution. I'm just saying we did it really recently. And I know yours are 1860s, that's even more recent than ours, but Germany has a much, much longer, total history. Over Black Friday, Americans brought enough guns to arm every NATO military except the U.S. military. This is what we're saying. I live in an insane asylum where the answer to guns is more guns. But it's where I live, and I genuinely believe it's a cool country to live in. Did you know that all civilizations have one thing in common? They all fall. Eventually, yes, eventually. That's why I'm so proud of our Velvet Revolution in former Czechoslovakia. Not the same situation, though. Yeah, some revolutions can be done properly. It's not common. I mean, I suppose in 2019 there are, less violent revolutions, because every other country goes, oh, hey, wait a minute, which we didn't necessarily do 200 or 300 or 400 years ago. Not as much, anyway. But yeah, it's my country's made somewhat a big conquer, push eastwards not so long ago. Yeah, I know, Hawk, and I know you have sensitivity towards that time period, as indeed, someone from Germany might. So we try to downplay that a little bit. But yes, I'm not, please be clear, I'm not saying that, our country is the only country that embraces violence. I'm just saying we still embrace it. I guess if there's a takeaway, if there's a bullet point to this, it's that some countries, perhaps like your own, Hawk, and I am a fan of the German culture, of the German country. I am a fan of Germany. I really am. I think they're doing a lot of things right in the world. Since that time, I think they're one of the few countries that have actually learned from history and said, hey, you know what? That was awful. Not only do we not do that again, let's actually try and be better than that. Let's actually progress past that. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan, Hawk. And I think the Germans do a lot of things right. Hang on, I have to prove that for some reason. EU was founded to prevent us Europeans from beating the S out of each other after all. Hang on. Creating the EU. Okay, right. Okay. Hawk and Bobcat are getting into an argument about the EU. Excellent. Very good. Very good. A little brawl called World War II. Sorry, I'm getting caught up on chat because I rant. If anyone wants to actually watch RimWorld, I could play that, but I'm having far more fun doing this. Other than having strong feeling for the UK, I also have strong feelings for the USA, mainly because that's where I met Charlotte. Sappy comment is sappy. That's a perfectly appropriate thing to say, though. You're going to have a certain affinity for the USA if that's where Charlotte is from. And indeed, I don't believe you're lying, so she probably is. Anyway, I know, and I've said this to people, and they're like, really? Your country is a hot mess. How can you possibly believe that's a good country to live in? Because I do. I do believe that if you come here and put the work in, you will be rewarded. I know it's not that easy. There's still tons of discrimination and tons of prejudice, and we put a lot of speed bumps in people's ways. And I'm saying this as a white male, so I guess we can throw in that privilege too. Although, all right, I'm going to very bitterly say it was not easy for me to get a bank loan because of that, to start my business. So other folks, all right. This is going to sound awful, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's truth. It's fact. It's what really happened. The first time I started a business with my business partner, way back when, before I went out on my own, we went to the bank with our business plan, and we said, yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to tell the story because it's just going to incite, and I don't want to do that. I will say there are pros and cons to having that privilege. How about that? I will say there are pros and cons to that. I don't identify with my country so much. It's just live where I live. Yeah, I guess when you kind of get right down to it, I do like my country. It's stupid and insane. I live in an asylum. Dear Lord, have you seen what's gone on here in the past 3 years? But I genuinely appreciate, really, I'm being stupid, because I really appreciate the idea of the USA rather than the actual facts of what goes on in the USA. The facts, we just try to learn to live with them. We wake up, I can tell you right now, Vosros, we as Americans wake up every morning and go, right, this again, off we go. But I guess the idea, the concept, the dream, if you want to call it something silly like that, of America, I do actually still have faith in that. It does seem to work out. You come in, you have an idea. I think America does give you the freedom to do that. It really does, where other countries may not encourage that. I'm not picking any country out. I'm just painting a very broad stroke here. How are Joker and Harley Quinn these days running the country? Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah. Well, you know what? It's always 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Whomever. All right. No, it's not. It's really bad right now. It's actually really, really bad right now. I never want to do politics in chat because I don't know who supports what, and I frankly don't care. It's not my problem, but dear Lord, I just want an elected official who can speak English. Not speak English. That's not the correct term. Form a correct sentence. Understand concepts like grammar, sentence structure. That's all I want. That's all I want right now. Bird Race is back. Welcome. Yay. Let's hope that some of the madness in the USA will end soon. Okay, Hawk, go ahead, because I know you love facts. I know you love facts, Hawk. Go ahead and Google how many U.S. presidents have been successfully impeached. Successfully impeached. And by successfully impeached, I mean removed from office because of an impeachment. Where they said, you have been impeached, you have been found guilty, you're out. Go Google that one, Hawk. Come back with that single-digit number when you're ready. Because the answer is, it ain't going to happen. It will not happen. It's virtually impossible. It's supposed to be virtually impossible. It's supposed to be such a heavy burden of proof that you can't... yeah, John's just about right. If I remember correctly, his answer is correct. And Vosros might be right, too. I think it is actually 1. Nope, that is incorrect, Hawk. That is incorrect, Hawk. Nixon resigned. Nixon resigned. That is not a correct... I said successfully impeached. Nixon resigned. Now, there are thoughts. Basically, Hawk, he quit before he could be fired. Would he have likely have been successfully impeached? We may never know. History would probably say yes, but we may never know the answer to that question. But no, Nixon basically quit before he could get fired. He resigned before the impeachment could go through. Madison, thank you. I knew there was one in there somewhere. Thank you, Bobcat. Madison. Yes, he resigned to avoid being impeached. But, Hawk, he was not successfully impeached. I'm giving you a very strict definition here. He was not successfully impeached. I'm basically being Hawk to Hawk now. He was not successfully impeached. He resigned during proceedings. Parliament in the UK, do you know the only way to abolish Parliament is if everyone agrees? Like that's going to happen. Andrew Johnson, welcome, Spike Low Girl. I was looking for you. There you are, Spike Low Girl. Andrew Johnson, I don't know the answer to that. Somebody Google that for me, with preferably reputable Google information there. But yeah, it just doesn't happen, Hawk. It's supposed to be virtually impossible, and it is. There is an opinion, and it is an opinion that I hold. Also, I agree with this opinion, that this may be another Nixon scenario. That this may be a quit before you can get fired thing. I think, unfortunately, given... And I am only a pedestrian. I am not... I listen to the news. I hear what's going on with the proceedings. I do not think that there is enough real evidence to actually successfully impeach. I believe this is going to be another case where this is like, yeah, well, that's great that you want to impeach him, but you actually don't have enough hard evidence to do it. Go away and try again, or stop doing this. They rushed this. They desperately wanted to land an impeachment on him, but boy, he's not. I'm gonna use a line from Henry Rollins here. He's not Teflon. He's just oily. You can't catch the guy. It's like an eel going through the weeds. And that's all Henry Rollins. That is not original material. The last 3 sentences there were all Henry Rollins. Somebody buy Dave, I am your president. So yeah, it's not going to happen, Hawk. It won't happen. I don't know if you guys are getting all excited about it over in Europe, like, yay, he's going to go. And you probably said that in German, I imagine. I don't know what German is for, yay, he's going to go. But no, it's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. The best case scenario is a Nixon. Quit before you can be fired. But he's not going to be fired. He's going to skate right through this. And I'm going to tell you, I really don't want to do politics, but because I don't really ever want to tick someone off, and I genuinely don't care what somebody's politics are. If you are the biggest supporter of our president, hey, go nuts, man. Live long and prosper. That's cool. I'm not, but that's cool. Be you. Be you. Just don't shove anything down my throat. That's all I ever ask of people. Don't tell me that your opinion is correct and mine is wrong. How much more proof is needed? There's all the evidence to the Ukraine affair. Oh, Hawk. Oh, Hawk. You're so intelligent and so wonderfully naive. No, when they say they need basically a smoking gun for this, they really actually kind of mean a physical smoking gun. Like if we were saying that he murdered someone and we had all the proof in the world, but not the actual murder weapon, he'd skate. Impeachment is supposed to be very, very difficult because otherwise you just impeach anyone you didn't like on circumstantial evidence, which is largely what this is right now. Largely what it is, to my understanding. Again, all I do is read the news and listen to the news. Ask the Supreme Court to block House subpoenas for the banks for his... Yeah, he's been doing that. He's been doing that since before he was president, John. He's not letting anyone near his taxes. No. And he probably won't. He'll probably have enough blocks and injunctions and lawyers to just let that slide until he's not president anymore. Yay, muss gehen? Is it two syllables? Gehen? Am I saying that right? Muss gehen. I'm gonna try that one. I Am Your President coming 2020 on Steam. Vote Dave for president. Please do. I can't possibly cock it up any more than anyone else. I'd never be elected president. My position is far too reasonable. My position is far, far too reasonable for me to be president. I'm not extreme enough. My position would basically be sort of a soft libertarian. Like a small L libertarian. Not the Libertarian Party, but the libertarian idea of, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your body, what you do at home, it's not my business, and in return from which, please try to act like a decent human being. But I say soft L libertarian because what I probably one of my first platforms would be something along the lines of, hey guys, does everybody need to have a gun? Because I think the answer is no. I think that answer is no. I think some people can have guns, but maybe not everybody needs to have a gun. That's just an idea. If you want to smoke pot, go ahead and smoke pot. I don't care. Knock yourself out. I don't, but I think it's fine if you do. Please don't do it while you're driving, because then you could kill me. But that would be sort of I'm far too centrist. I'm far too centrist and sensible to be elected president. It would never happen. And as, Bird Brains is tracking me down on a daily basis, there are things in my past that I would not want to be that much of a public figure. I would never want to be that much of a public figure. He says while he's broadcasting live on YouTube. But, there are aspects of my life that I do not need people knowing, or even just little things like I would never burden Mrs. Dave with that. She would never want to be that much of a public figure. I would never do it. I never could be. And I don't have a running start anyway. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough of anything, and nobody would vote for me. It'd be like 3 people who vote for me. I think the best I could hope for is I'd build a lot of buzz like Bernie Sanders, and then totally, when it actually came to election time, people would realize, oh, wait a minute, we can't actually vote for this guy. Oh, we like what he says, but we can't actually vote for him. Oh, and I'd also not pull any punches with my opponents. I'd start swearing at them. I would just say exactly what I thought of them, that which does not impose on another could very much be a fair standpoint. Yeah, that's basically my platform as Dave for President 2020. My platform is, if you like it and it's not hurting somebody else, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. And that actually can parlay into gun control. That can parlay into gun control. Like, if you are... I would not strip the Second Amendment away. I think it's okay if lawful citizens own firearms. I just think, maybe we don't need, like, the guy next door owning a tank. I think maybe there's some guns we can own and some guns we can't. That's one thought. The other thought is, we give guns out more than we give out candy on Halloween. maybe we really try and check up on people and see if they deserve to get a gun. And do they need 30 guns? Would one be okay? One gun shoots just as well as 30. This base has got pretty big. Yes, oh, Dorkling. Dorkling actually wants to talk about RimWorld. Oh, dear Lord. Boy, are you in the wrong place. Yeah, it is actually rather big. And I actually, now that I'm looking at it, now that I'm actually playing RimWorld, instead of talking politics, the wall is coming along nicely. We could probably do with expanding that. How are we? Oh, we've eaten up a lot of our steel doing that, though. We need to start mining some more steel. Oh, no, wait a minute. We got huge piles of it down here. We just haven't moved it yet. As president, I will replace all guns with swords. I'm in favor of that. Jules, how do you feel about being my VP? I think that's a strong platform that I can get behind. Are you okay with being on the ticket? Going to head off. Oh, Harry and Charlotte. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. I will see you next time. Excellent. Sell you the guns, just maybe not the bullets. Fun fact, everyone was decrying Walmart for being, this huge gun seller. They actually don't. They don't sell that many guns. They do sell an astronomical amount of ammunition, though. So get your guns somewhere else. Get your ammo at Walmart. Yeah, I think Jules might be a strong contender for VP with that policy. Can we have a lightsaber instead? Well, I think that would broadly classify as a sword. I mean, it's got the word saber in it. That's a type of sword. That seems fair enough. It's not the Great Wall of China. That's the Great Wall of... What exactly is the name of your colony? I kind of forget. What? Oh, Insomnius. That was it. Insomnius is the name of my colony. Yeah, I'm having to build it sort of piecemeal, Hawk. Eventually, it will wrap around the colony with multiple trap corridors. So basically, whichever way raiders come. I mean, right now, raiders can walk right in, obviously. I realize this is very little defense right now. But eventually, we'll work on getting that all the way around. Probably wrap it around this geothermal, Whoosy McWhat's-it there. Go up and around the lake. I might look at that thing where you can kind of harden the landscape and take out the water, or whatever that little thingamajiggy is. But go up here. I want to save a bunch of this area, and then we'll probably just go right over here. But we're going to need some more materials to do that, especially some more steel. We got some uranium. It's not no uranium. I have 5 lightsabers. I'm all for it. Excellent. Excellent. How about instead of guns, you get laser tag coupons? That is a thought. Kind of work out your aggression in the laser tag area. You've got 2 tattooed on both arms. Oh, nice. Well done. I like tattoos. Tattoos of lightsabers, even better. Good enough. So yeah, I think right now Jules is a strong contender for VP. I think he's definitely on the short list, as they say, for VP. With that kind of policy, that's a policy I can get behind. And I think my constituents would get behind that too. Lightsabers for everyone, or a sword if you're not into lightsabers, because that's cool too. Anything that's long and has an edge on it. And then, of course, my opponent would get quickly into, why don't we have adequate sword control in this country? What's up with all these random sword stabbings that you're having? It would just degenerate from there. I could never be president. I never would be. I would not want my life to be that open. Somebody did a study once. I think we've talked about it in chat before, but somebody did a study once where just to run for president, you have to display characteristics of mental illness. Like serious mental illness. Like things that people get treated for are things that you actually need to run for president. Otherwise, you'd never be able to do it. Somebody who's not mentally ill couldn't take it. They wouldn't be able to take the running for president thing. They'd crumble. But some degrees of mental illness are actually superbly suited for running for president. Forbidden to have sword. Oh, come on. You guys can't have swords either? No swords? Oh, come on, Hawk. Now I'm losing my love for Germany. Squig, welcome. What's your idea about YouTube Rewind 2019? I actually have no idea what that is. Please illuminate me. I have no idea. I've heard of it. I've heard it in passing. I have no idea. What is YouTube Rewind 2019? You have one more trap entrance. The raiders will walk around to it, so more are not really necessary, except sappers who will ignore entrances. Well, there's a plan for that, Dorkling, and I kind of accidentally discovered it on one of my private colonies that I built. I've built a ton of trap corridors just like this, and they eliminate the need for hunting. Because with multiple trap corridors, animals will daily wander in there, get killed, free meat. It's very, very easy. The side colony that I'm running, I never have to send anyone out hunting because some animal has stumbled into the trap corridor and been killed. Sometimes it's a boom rat, and then you have to deal with the fire, but that's fine. You go out, put the fire out, everything's okay. But it's traps and hunting. It's for the animals as much as the people. We had stabbings when we didn't have swords. Knife crime was bad, but at least swords are heavier, and not every idiot can use them. That's very true. As VP, I declare all KB toy stores closed down. Comic book shops and skating rinks reopened forever. So skating sword play. That could be an Olympic sport right there. Steel is precious. You're not wrong, Dorkling, but steel is the one thing that we have a degree of around here. And if not, I'll just start taking down mountains and making them out of whatever stone chunks I've got kicking around. That'll be fine. Nothing with a blade longer than 15 centimeters of double edge, and swords have to be dull, and you have to have a weak spot so they break. Oh, Hawk, I'm losing my love for you, man. That's no good. Come on. Can you at least have a sword? You're German. You should stand proudly with some sort of edged weapon. I feel that appropriate. Known as a killing job for a reason, the stress of the jobs can kill most normal people. Yeah. I don't remember the study or where I read it. I found it very, very interesting. But yeah, you basically have to have a degree of mental illness. One type of mental illness or another. I think they listed 2 or 3 that would be ideal to run for president. A normal person can't do it, but mentally ill people are actually strategically viable and far more capable of running for president. It's the public life that they particularly talked about. Having your face out there all the time is just not something normal people can generally deal with. I've kind of witnessed that in my own life. I have a friend of mine who is a pretty big, if you don't know the show, then you don't know the show. But anyway, he's one of a very small cast of characters on a very, very regular, long-running reality TV show. And he was just regular guy before that happened. He was just me, and he didn't even have a YouTube channel. He was just a regular guy, and he got on this show, and years later, it's kind of wrecked him, frankly. He's not good. The being in the public eye has not done well for him at all. And he's not even that much in the public eye. He's just on one show. But the fame and popularity, it's not done well for him. It's really done very, very bad things to him, and he's not capable of it. So running for president would be like that times a million. How about a bow and arrow? Yeah. How are you guys on bow and arrows and crossbows? As Voss Ross and Spike Little Girl are commenting on, because I have bows and arrows. I don't have any crossbows yet. Need a license for that. License for a bow and arrow. If you're savvy enough, you can craft one from raw materials in nature, for heaven's sake. Yeah, it's wicked easy in gaming. You just get like any tree, any log, and you've automatically got a bow. It's wicked easy. You don't even need to know how to craft a bowstring or know what appropriate materials a bowstring should be crafted from. Narcissistic psychopath. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much that. A national Christian wig day, and not a wig that Christians wear, Kirsten wig from Saturday Night Live. Okay. Got it. Fair enough. Yeah, I think you're on the short list for VP there, Jules. I like the cut of your jib, sir. I think we could work well together. Should we play RimWorld at all? Boy, there are probably people who have tuned in and tuned out so quickly, so very, very quickly on all of this. Are railguns legal? Well, darn it, they will be in my world, sir. In fact, you know what? That's the only guns we'll have. Just all rail guns. How about, here's my policy. Everybody can have a gun. No problem. Have a gun. But we're going back to black powder. We're going back to black powder, single shot, reload, prime the thing every darn time. We're going back to revolutionary stuff. So if you're going on a mass shooting, pack a lunch and stay for the day because it's going to take you a while. So there we go. We're all going all back to black powder. And then you can have all the guns you want. Have all the guns you want. Black powder, go nuts. Actually, I think you don't actually need a license in America to have a black powder gun. You can just have one. They're technically antiques. So it would be no different than owning a chair. Because everyone is clearly aware you can't go on a massive killing spree with a black powder weapon. What about everyone can buy as many guns as he wants, but there's no ammunition? Recoilless rifles, you know what? As you feel, bird brains. As you feel. Well, I think the black powder idea is a good one because you can shoot one person. Hopefully, accuracy is limited. And I'm sure Birdbrains and Bobcat will leap in to tell me about the accuracy of black powder pistols and rifles. But accuracy is going to be a little limited. So you get one shot, and then it's going to take you a very long time to prime that weapon and load it again. And I think you're pretty much out of luck by the time that happens. Your base looks appealingly flammable. Get a herd of boomalopes. Yeah, I do have a lot of wooden structures. Not that many. Some. Actually, I have a very limited number of wooden walls. I think that was possibly the initial room that we had. But not a lot of wood. Yeah, I mean, sure, flammable. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I got 11 people here. They have nothing better to be doing. They may as well put a fire out. 15 to 30 seconds to reload. Okay, so there you go. 15 to 30 seconds. I think if you're going to go on a air quotes shooting spree with a black powder weapon, in 15 to 30 seconds, I don't care how fast you are, somebody's going to knock you the heck out. Somebody is going to get on your butt and stop that nonsense. Steel surprisingly also burns in RimWorld. Does it really? That's weird. I mean, steel, you can... I mean, that's how steel is made. You melt stuff and created the Hall of the Dead for the dead. So Red, go grab the dead and put him in the Hall of the Dead. Don't be leaving bodies lying around when I have a perfectly good crypt over here to put them in. Boomalopes can't melt steel walls. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I would like it if they could. All right. I just ranted for like 40 minutes straight. Sorry. I'm sure somebody at least tuned in for RimWorld. Dorkling likes RimWorld. He probably tuned in for RimWorld, and he's like, "What? Why is he talking about everything but RimWorld? Why is he talking about literally everything on the planet except RimWorld?" This said RimWorld live stream, not Dave goes off on a tangent, but that's kind of what I do. It's kind of my thing, and I didn't get to do it last week, so I kind of saved up. But Lars, welcome. Iron is flammable. The resulting ash is called rust. Okay, fair enough. Everything burns. It's a matter of temperature. Hawk is completely right. You can burn anything as long as you burn it hot enough. That is very, very true. However, I would say that a normal, air quotes, normal fire would not melt steel. You're going to need something much, much hotter than that. All of that being said, cupcakes are awesome. Yeah, they are. No kidding. Can you burn love? If you burn it hot enough, do you have love? Should I burn you? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, you can burn lovers. That's a little grim, but that is one way of dealing with them. You know, they're getting all frisky. Usually you turn the fire hose on them, but you could also set fire to them. That's an option, too. That is an option. Just go ahead and set them on fire. That's going to stop their nonsense right there. Not the game. Okay, well, good. Thank God somebody is. Because this is going to keep happening. Let me assure you. This will not be the last time I do 42 minutes of talking about exactly not the game that we're playing right now. I suppose people do play games and talk about the games they're playing. Sometimes I talk about RimWorld. But mostly I specifically pick games that I don't have to play actively and I can kind of just let go. I literally have no idea what's going on in this colony right now. 42 minutes. Oh, hang on. We've revealed an area. Yay. See, there we go. Let's jump to that location. Oh, good. We're getting more steel. Actually, that's great. Good. So bisecting that area is working out well. I have no idea what's going on in this colony. This could be complete chaos right now because I've just spent 43 minutes talking about not RimWorld. However, somebody doesn't need to get that stuff out of the door right away. This isn't a freezer area. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Everything's fine. I'm going to call the stream there. I'm going to call it a day here, and we'll pick up some more of this next time. Thank you so much, guys, for putting up with my nonsense. Glad to be back after missing it last week for Thanksgiving weekend. Your colonists seem a bit more mentally stable than in Grem's colony. Yeah, well, look who they're working for. You'd be more mentally stable in my colony, wouldn't you? There's a llama in somebody's bedroom. That happens all the time, Spike Little Girl. Don't even worry about that. That's just Tuesday in RimWorld, frankly. That's what we do here. Thermite is indeed the answer to everything Birdbrains, but I'm going to call the stream there. I'm going to go get some dinner, and then Mrs. Dave is going to come home from work, and we're going to go get our Christmas tree, because we have a very short Christmas season, and we didn't get our Christmas tree like we usually do after Thanksgiving because we were very busy last weekend. Anyway, long story short, we're getting our Christmas tree. I will probably put up some pictures of it on the Wee Hours Discord. Hey, shameless self-promotion, link down below. So I'll probably put up some pictures later, because the cat will be wicked into it. So there'll definitely probably be something on pictures of Kitty in the Wee Hours Discord. Shameless self-promotion, link down below. About the Christmas tree. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I know I say it every single time, but especially on a day like this where I'm just going off on some tear, I really do genuinely appreciate you guys showing up and putting up with this nonsense. It's all rather ridiculous, really. I'm rather ridiculous, but I really enjoy doing this, and I love hanging out with you guys every Friday. I wish somebody would hand me a suitcase full of money and I could do this every damn day, but I can't, so we do it when we can. I love hanging out with you guys. It's just like hanging out with a cool group of friends every single weekend that I've never met in my life. But it's very cool, and I really appreciate you guys doing it. So I will check you guys out next week. Give it about 15 minutes. There'll be some more Phoenix Point up if anyone wants to watch that. But apart from that, I will see you guys later. Thank you so much. Goodbye, and goodbye.